Love and peace and happiness. Let's see who or what we're talking about in this energy for you. Is this your tarot reading? That's the question. Okay. We're talking about the angels. All right. I did some TikTok readings this morning, and on one of them, the angels came out as well. So let's see what is the message for the angels at this time, or from the angels, rather, for you. Okay. Let's see. We were going to do the download, and it was like, no, we're just going to do some. Is this your tarot reading? So when you realize this is your tarot reading, claim it. Okay. Put something in the comments. Let's see the situation that the angels want to talk to you about. The angels want to talk to you about cooperation, working together, building each other up. Okay. Three of Pentacles energy. Let's see. What do they want to say to you? They say you've been patient. They say you've actually learned how to transmute energy. You learn to work with the energy that's thrown your way. And they're acknowledging that you understand that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can only be transmuted. So I'm hearing you become a master of transmutation. In other words, regardless of what energy they throw your way, whether it's love or hate, you know how to integrate. I'm hearing the word integrate. You know how to transmute energies. You know how to work with energies that are given your way and alchemize them into being, I'm hearing, beneficial for you. Okay. So this is when somebody does something, you don't like it, and then you still know how to find the blessing in it, right? It's not what you would have chosen, but you know how to improve your situation because of it. Okay, beautiful, love it. Let's see, in the emotional body, the Knight of Swords. Okay, yeah, you have had things that have made you feel very upset. The angels are acknowledging you've had things that have really hurt. You felt attacked in many ways, but rather than just sit in a victim mode, you did the work to process those feelings. You examined those feelings. You allowed them to reveal triggers. You allowed them to reveal your own shadows. You allowed them to reveal your own self-doubts, and anywhere where you are self-sabotaging yourself in regards to a belief you were holding, an energy you were trying to hold on to, or a place you were forcing yourself to be. Okay, let me see about your headspace. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the angels say, yeah, we know that you want this all to be over, and you want change, and you're right. It's time for change, I'm hearing. Okay, so let me see in the spiritual energy, the Nine of Wands. All these things that occurred were so that you could have the strength that you needed. Okay, because you can't. Thank you. They just gave me the example of a caterpillar that goes into a cocoon to emerge as a butterfly, but it can't come out a butterfly if it doesn't build its strength to break it open. And in fact, if somebody was to come and try to help the butterfly get out of its cocoon, because it's a time consuming process, and it can be difficult to watch. I'm hearing it can be difficult to watch a butterfly struggle to come out of its cocoon. But if somebody helps, that butterfly's life expectancy is so much shorter because it doesn't have the strength. And so that's where they're acknowledging it. There's been seasons where you wished you had help and the help didn't come, because if you didn't do it on your own, your life expectancy, quote unquote, your strength, your ability would not have been as, I'm hearing, refined, as potent as it is. This was necessary for what you're here uh to do with all this strength and ability that you've got. Like, there's a reason why you have this. Okay, what else do you want to say? The Death card, they're saying, yeah, a lot of people that have not been around, they're not going to be around anymore. They're acknowledging that there's been a specific death that supported you in this transformation. And for some of you, I definitely see, for many of you, I'm getting the number 65%. Ooh, okay. The alarm went off. I forgot I even had an alarm set. That's a confirmation. 65% of you, there's been the physical death of a person in your life that totally assisted in this transformation, and the pain and difficulty you went through in processing that has become part of your, I'm hearing, your crowning glory and your spiritual strength. Okay. The life changes have come for you, for I'm hearing for 100% of you, because of who has left your life. Okay. And they're saying also there's been this acceptance in you of the fact that things do change in life, and while you're living on earth, everything that begins has an ending date. But here's the thing about death card: with every death is a new life, it's a new beginning, it's a new opportunity. And so with you, as things are changing in your life, you are slated, I'm hearing slated for new beginnings, for things that are now aligned with who you are today. That whatever has left your life up until this point, whatever changes you made, is because you're no longer vibrating or resonating with that energy. And so it's like you had to get to this point where everything that didn't match your frequency was such a strong mismatch that it had to vibrate off of you. Whether that was because you chased it away, you let it go, you told it no, or they just disappeared on you. Either way, it didn't matter. It doesn't so much matter how it happened. It was that it happened, and you've integrated that change into yourself in order to create space for more things to come in. Let's see what else they have to say. The Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, there were a lot of people who wanted you to wait for them to heal their traumas. They wanted to look to you to be the reason that they got better, to look to you to be the one that would stick around. People tried to really stick to your energy. They tried to attach themselves to you in so many different ways. But it's like, once you, as you raise your frequency, as you stand in your authenticity, as you become the true divine being that you were created to be, that you were born on this planet during this time to be, it's like they had to let it go. They had to let it go. Okay. And so even though there's some of these people that you invested in for a long time, a lot have left your energy. And what that did for you is it helped you to appreciate, I'm hearing, what is there while it's there, understanding that a divine plan is always in place. I also hear that you began to understand that the emotional cravings and emotional attachments that you form are necessary for a reason and for a season. And that just like the leaves, most people will leave with the changing of the season. And you had to learn to accept that. Okay, let me see what else they have to say to you from our angels. Okay, the Tower. Yeah, they're saying that uh, you've gone through a lot of surprises, because a lot of the experiences, whether they were with people or just in different circumstances, that you had a lot of sudden changes. You had a lot of awakenings come through the connections that you had. You had a lot of realizations and began to really understand what was fake, okay, because of divine interventions that came into play. I'm hearing that revealed the truth of situations, that revealed the truth of people in your energy, okay, people who are in your life. I'm hearing, and all of this was to help you to awaken. So every time you were connected to a person or a situation and circumstance, later found out to be false, okay, that you later found out was not what it presented itself to be or who they presented themselves to be. All of that was set to help you have these epiphanies, these downloads, these self-realization moments, and it was by divine design. So some of the people that you craved attachment to, that you craved connection with, like, they came in to help spark this in you, to help you have those realizations so that you could remove all false constructions. They're showing me the danger of a hollowed tree. They're showing me the movie Miracles from Heaven, and the little girl falls into an old hollowed out tree. They say, sometimes for you, something that stood so long, you found out it was hollow. Something that stood in your yard for so many years, for so long. And they're showing me beliefs and people that you realize that at its core it was hollow. It was a hollow belief. That belief wasn't helping you, it was keeping you empty. I'm hearing it was a hollow connection. That person didn't have true connection with you. They were connected to you for physical appearances, outside physical appearances, not for what the core of the relationship was. And so those things all had to be removed from you. And the universe, Lord Source God, Sky Daddy, okay, your highest self, okay, your future self, even, and your angels and your ancestors, God, help take all of that away. And some of these people's, I'm hearing part of the big challenge for you has been that some of these people's had titles and positions in your life that you thought were going to be secure forever. Like, you really believed that they would always be by your side. Okay. But the truth was, what you discovered, that who would always be by your side was these angels, the ancestors, and the guides, was your highest self, was your future self. It was who you truly are at the core of you that would always be with you. In other words, you realize that, you are the ride or die that you've been looking for. Everyone else is just a side piece. You never know how long they'll stay. Some will stay longer. Some are not hollowed out, but they're still going to have to stand on their own, right? And you have to stand on your own. And then, y'all can all make a beautiful forest together, all the real ones. Okay. But there's so many times that they're saying, as you were growing, you felt so alone. So let's see what else they want to say. Yeah, Eight of Swords. Yeah. So a lot of the individuals and circumstances that you had lived in were they were like mind traps, mind games. They were there to try to get you to stay in a specific mindset long enough to realize, like, there are no limitations to overturn it. In other words, the table was set so you could flip that bitch. Okay. The cage was set so you could bust out. Okay. The trap was there so you could free yourself. Okay. Because it's like, thank you. They're saying the diamond doesn't become a diamond unless it's first been carbon and also under so much pressure for so long. And so it's like you've been in a pressure cooker. I'm hearing you've been in a pressure cooker, and now it's time for you to come out. And the thing is, I'm hearing you went through a lot in a short amount of time in order to uh, fast pace, fast track, and it's like advanced class in order to help you get through what was a necessary process faster, more streamlined. So you've been through a difficult time, but it was not for nothing. It was for your ultimate best. Okay. It doesn't mean that it was easy. They're acknowledging it doesn't mean that it was easy. They're saying, but you knew you could do it before you came into this body. They're saying, and we knew you could do it because we never the angels, the divine, your high self, all saying, we never give you more than you can handle. You needed to find out what you could handle to become the diamond that you've become. Your value is greater. You're a rare gem. Everybody wants you. You shine with a brilliance that is not so common. And it's because of what you went through. You learn to integrate experiences, transmute them, turn them into your power, turn them into your abilities, turn them into your strengths. Okay. So now moving forward, what can you expect? Five of Swords. I heard you're going to doubt some of the things that you heard today. You're going to wonder how that could be true. You might even begin to question the energy that runs through you. Okay. Anywhere where you're still in self-doubt, anywhere where you're still in self-sabotage, that's going to happen. However, I'm hearing 89% of you, this Five of Swords indicates with your new state of being, and they're showing me as state of being, they're meaning your frequency, your vibration, your spiritual authority. You're going to notice that people can't not stand you. People who are not in a similar enough, they're showing me, like, if the whole range of frequency and vibration is there, right? The people that can stand being in your energy field are vibrating close to yours, right? You're at the center. They've got to be somewhere close to where your frequency is. Okay. And there's still room for elevation. They're saying that's why it's in the middle, because this is your baseline, right? There's still room for elevation, but you're going to notice a lot of lower frequency vibrating people who fake the funk. I'm hearing people who fake the funk. They try to play like they're spiritual. They try to play like this stuff matters to them. They're not going to be able to hold on around you so much. As a matter of fact, they're going to feel awkward around you because they know that they're not real in the authenticity. They know that they're putting on a show. They know that when you speak about it, you mean it, and they don't. I'm hearing, okay? When you live it, you actually live it, and they pretend like they live it, okay? So when it comes down to the application of working in this way, they don't do it. And so that's why they don't come around, and that's why they won't come around. Yeah. And it's because you've changed your mind. You've changed your mind so much. They're saying, yeah, you're slowly but surely becoming a mind mechanic. And they're saying you're understanding thought processes, you're understanding your own thought processes, and you're understanding the thought processes of the ones around you. And the more you see the truth of them that they don't want to accept in the self, the quicker they will run away from you, because your observance of their authenticity makes them feel uncomfortable because it's something that they don't know. And I'm hearing, and so how do you know something about me that I don't know about me? In other words, you could see the wounds in the others. You could see where others self-sabotage. You could see where others are counterproductively uh, creating for themselves. And I'm hearing you don't even throw it in their face. You don't have to say nothing, but your mere observance of it, just simply being aware of it, it's like their soul can tell. And so what happens is you're seeing it in them. Their soul knows that it's their truth, but their human mind doesn't want to accept it, and so they go away. So give me some guidance on that. The judgment. Yeah, it's freedom from you. It's freedom for you. Yeah, it's freedom from you for them, from their perspective, but it's freedom for you, because in order for you to be around these ones and sustain those connections, you're going to constantly have this weighing. They will have a weighing effect on your energy, on your frequency, on your vibration. And so it's and then they're giving me the Reading Rainbow song, butterfly in the sky, you're meant to fly. And if the butterfly is trying to drag all these cocoons with them, it's not going to fly. It's not meant to carry that weight. It's meant to carry its own weight. And so in that energy, they're saying, remember that, and be grateful. Thank them for their part in your process, and allow it to be what it is. Allow them to go their own way. I heard you don't have to wish them nothing bad, nothing good. Just allow it to be what it is. It's not good, it's not bad, it simply is. And it's part of a necessary process. They're still in the cocoon. The Two of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. You made your choices. Everybody has their choices to make. Okay. Everybody has their choices to make. And it's okay for you to go be great. I'm hearing it's okay for you to go be great. So let's see. We're going to get you a fairy dust message. We haven't used this deck in a while, so I'm pretty excited to bring it out for you. Let's see. What's the closing message we have for the ones who are feeling this? Okay. It says practice. After a while, you'll dance on air. Practice makes perfect. You're almost there. Okay. So they're saying, yeah, practice being okay, not judging the situation, remembering that everything is happening in your favor, the universe conspiring in your best interest at all times. This is what I have for you. So thankful and grateful that you hype this video. Give it a thumbs up, share it, comment, share your thoughts, your responses. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.